a lot of times I have to relearn this stuff because I don't even remember what I did. So once I get the drums back and then going into the studio to like lay down the final guitar tracks and bass tracks, it can be pretty daunting. Like by the time I go in there to track this shit, it's like I gotta relearn everything. And a lot of times Kelly will switch grooves up to where it's like, wait a minute, okay, what I did originally, so think of it this way. So he gets a demo, and let's say there's a section of a song, and I'm listening to what he did on the drums, and what he did on the drums was clearly in response to what I played on the demo, but there's something about what he's playing that then will inspire me to actually do something different. So it'll either turn into like just a little bit of an alteration of a riff, if not completely rewriting what I'm doing on guitar and bass in that particular section, which then may facilitate doing an edit where we have to elongate that section. I mean, so thank God for the technology that we're able to do that. When you're doing stuff remotely, it's kind of difficult with some of this stuff. I mean, if I'm in a room with a drummer, there's going to be a lot more of like conversation and dialogue in real time constructing a piece of music, and I'm quite frankly more of a fan of doing it that way. I'm more of a fan of teamwork in that way, but there's no question that Kelly, he just instinctively kind of knows what to do, and I don't know if it's the case, but I have suspect that he'll deliberately kind of switch grooves up or play things in a certain way, knowing that like I'm probably going to end up doing something different to that part, if not extending a part. And like we don't ever talk about it. Like there's been no discussion. There's been conversation early on in the process, but it's not like we're constantly like communicating back and forth and I'm going, could you do this or could you do that, or instead of doing the hi-hat during that section, can you go to your ride cymbal, could you do that in double time, could you do that in cut time? That's not what happens. I just cut a demo, the guitars to a click, and I send it to him and he does what he does, and then the rest just falls out from there. There's very much an act of surrendering, of complete surrender to a process. And I don't know that everyone can do it. You really got to let your ego go, man. You kind of really have to like, sort of like temper this. Okay, I'm clearly involved and I'm clearly making decisions and I clearly have a vision, but I also have to like just kind of surrender to this particular process as it's playing out. There's a lot of like just work with what you have kind of attitude about it. I can't really get into, well, I want to do this kind of song, or I want to do this, but I can't do this unless I have this, and etc. and so on and blah, 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 whatever. There's a few of the songs cutting across parts 1, 2, 3, and 4 that were originally demoed in standard D tuning, and I'm now in standard C, and then dropping C in some cases all the way down to F sharp. So there's all kinds of crazy shit going on, and a lot of it is even happening just in the moment in the studio with Pete. And so yeah, it's magic, man. And so I don't know. Oh, circling back around to Pete, just to give props, he's in a great band called High Priest. Check them out. And he's worked with some great bands. One of the recent projects, Primal Code, features I think 1 or 2 guys from legendary stoner, sludge, doomy. I think they're more like a really heavy, they're sludge, I guess you would say, but they're called Indian. His project Primal Code is out on Relapse Records. Freaking awesome! Frail Body's another one. They're actually one in my top kind of listens lately. And it's just like, okay, we're doing it, and the industry's totally changed. Everything's been kind of turned around, upside down. The algorithms are designed to bury anything that's not trending. It could be, you could make the argument like, why are you bothering doing videos? Why are you bothering using social media? And I guess my answer would be, on the one hand, I don't have any idea, and on the other hand, it's because this is what's available. So we're just continuing to do what we're continuing to do. Definitely more boots on the ground, promoting, going on. Chicago's a great city for it. There's a lot of mom and pop record stores. We're getting the hard copy stuff into those stores. I don't know if we're going to do vinyl for part 2. If anyone sees this and has any recommendations on distribution for vinyl, I know there's companies that do it. I'd be curious as to how that might play out, not only for part 2, but also distribution for the existing vinyl that we do have for part 1. Speaking of those things, all of those things are currently on Bandcamp, bewareofgods.bandcamp.com. We're discounting everything, 20%. Black Friday sale that started, of course, on Black Friday on the 29th, and that's going to run through December 6th. 20% off all of the hard copy stuff, the stickers, the sticker bundle pack, what I'm calling the sludge pack, the sludge sticker pack, the Doom Mythology t-shirt that's up. We're going to have more t-shirts. We're going to be getting an official BOG store, Beware of God store on Big Cartel. There's a lot of work to be done. I'm pretty much doing all of it. It's fine. I can handle it. Been doing this my whole life. So, you know, I know enough, I think, to get a lot done. If 50%, if not 3/4 of the way there, and then that's when I'm going to actually really need to start reaching out and asking for help. And I will be asking for help. So, you know, all you have to do is say no if you can't or don't want to. Don't need to make a thing of it. Don't need to avoid me. Just say, you know what? I got a lot on my plate. Can't help you out there, buddy. But I'm digging the tunes. Yeah, just felt like kind of just explaining some stuff and checking in and being a real person. You know, I don't feel like a real person a lot of times as it relates to this project. I feel like something happened that I can't quite explain, and I don't necessarily like to over-explain it. That's kind of where the whole moniker, the archetype, comes in. I was thinking about dropping it, but the thing is that it's like, if you know what an archetype is, and in Jungian psychology, there's several archetypes. Archetypes are the filter through which pre-creation or pre-manifestation go through to become manifest in physical reality, and also impact, according to Jung, emotions, beliefs, value systems, things like that. So when I say, like, I'm the archetype, I'm not saying that I, Jason O, I'm the archetype. I am a archetype in the sense that I am a vessel. Like, what's that guy from, what's that band, Sleep Token? He calls himself Vessel. Yeah, I came up with the archetype long before that. So, but I get why he does that, and I think it's cool. I don't know that I like their music so much. I'm just saying I get it. There's a humility in just basically saying I'm not going to take credit for any of this because I don't really even know how the hell any of this happened half the time. I listen back to final mixes of stuff and I'm like, how the hell did I do this? Well, the reality is I don't think I did. Hence the archetype. That's all I have for today. Go to bewareofgods.bandcamp.com. The discount code is Black Friday _2024. Get yourself 20% off all the digital releases, the vinyl, the CDs, the sticker packs. There's a button in there, a push button. There's a push button pin, and a magnet, actually, modeled off the cover for the EP History Eats Itself, which I also should say is going to be, and some of the stuff's going to be retracked. It's going to be remixed and remastered, and those songs will be spread out throughout the concept. It's what we should have done in the first place. But hey, you know what? Hindsight's 2020. Have a great day, everyone. Until next time, this has been Jason O, aka The Archetype from Beware of Gods.